Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Divine Feminine Rebirth Show. We're live. I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter, and I'm here with my two soul sisters, and I'd like to welcome everybody spending this hour with us. So we're very grateful and very happy to be sharing this moment with all of you. Tonight, we have a very exciting subjects. We're going to be talking about past lives from many different angles, so you don't want to miss that. Stay tuned. We're going to have lots of great information, I'm pretty sure. So let me welcome my co-hosts for tonight. First of all, hi, Sophie. How are you doing? And welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you, everyone, to be here.
And it's one of your favorite subjects and area of specialty, right? Past lives.
Absolutely. This is a passion for a very long time, so I'm really, really happy to share with you this evening and to know a lot more about the astrology on the topic. This is the part that I don't know a lot on, so I cannot wait.
And am I mistaken that you recently went to do a workshop that had to do with past lives? Or am I mistaken for something else?
You're right, and not exactly. It was on mediumship, but it has a lot of past life in it too, because everything is intertwined, of course. So I learned through mediumship some about past life also. So yeah.
But not this one, but the one before, maybe last year. Was it past lives?
Last year was past life with
Okay.
Dr. Brian Weiss. Absolutely. And I can talk about this on this show if you want to know a little bit more about this. I'm sure it will come up.
Okay, let us know in the chat if you would like to know more about the workshop with Brian Weiss. I'm very curious about this because I don't think we talked about it during our lives. So can't wait to learn all of it with you, Sophie. And welcome, Elena, to the show. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Julie. Hi, Sophie. Hello, everybody. Very happy to be here today. I feel like my creativity is to the top right now. I have like so many ideas. The energies are good, but the energies are high. So when the frequency is very, very high, I need to rest. I need to take a nap. I need to do like more meditation. Like this morning, I woke up around 5:30 in the morning. Then after I came back home around 8:30, I felt like I needed like to rest just a bit, and I woke up like 3 hours ago. So I just closed my eyes and relax, and that's okay. And then you continue the day. But because of the energy, I feel it's important to like be more grounded right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to show the chart for today. Maybe we will have some astrology explanations for what you were describing. So I don't know if you guys saw, I made a short video, my first short video. I'm trying this out, this new stuff out, because now that Jupiter just entered the sign of Gemini, I think we're going to go for more short form of content, generally speaking. So I'm trying this out. I'm going to post another one tomorrow. But what was I going to say? Yes, I posted a short video yesterday about like all the squares that we're experiencing at the moment. So there's good and there's bad. So the squares are exact from June 8th until June 20th, but we're going to feel it almost all month of June, basically. And right now, yesterday we had the exact square between Mars and Pluto. As you can see, it makes a 90-degree angle. So now Mars is at 2 degrees, but still very much an orb. So there's bad aspects to the squares, which can trigger some conflicts, some, let's say, issues, problems, blockages, obstacles, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, those two planets, Mars and Pluto, both are the ruler of Scorpio, by the way, are super energetic. So whenever they come in contact with whatever aspect, a square is a good one too for this activation of all the like the raw force of energy that we have inside each and every one of us. So there's good and there's bad. If you can harness this energy, I personally did like a record amount of recording videos yesterday. I was like, wow, where did all this energy come from? So it makes sense, Elena, what you were saying, that there's a lot of energy, but sometimes we need to reground ourselves. And after that, like, I went outside to ground myself in the grass because I was like so much in my head. But the good side of it is that we can have like a burst of energy, if that makes sense.
It makes totally sense. Because I mean, sometimes I'm like, it's not that I'm moving that much, but it's just that I'm thinking a lot and having a lot of, like I said, creativity. So that's why at one point I just need to rest. So you're totally right, Julie.
Yeah, thank you, Rainbow Sun. She's saying, Julie saw your short and loved it.
Mhm.
Wonderful surprises to you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pop in a little bit more regularly. So it was my first attempt at short videos. I was always against it because I'm like, I didn't want to like support this short attention span that we all tend to have because of like how the media is developing. I didn't want to encourage that, but I think there's a way to do it with the right type of information that it makes sense. So when it's like, let's say, daily astrology videos, I think it does make sense, but not this kind of discussion that we're going to have tonight, because we're going to go deeper. So we need more time, and you guys understand that for sure, I'm sure.
But I feel like it's a nice message as well. So if ever some people are feeling this energy, just for you to be able to send that information, probably people will come into our life because they really feel that they need to find the right information. So I think it's something positive about that.
Yeah, I think there's a place and time for like all sorts of and type of content. We just need to figure out like what works for whatever we want to produce. But I think for this, like, I'm still trying to produce like quality information, quality content, because I don't want to be like, okay, so today I decided to do my hair like that, and that's the end of the video, right? Like, I have nothing against beauty. I love beauty, but
I would love to learn how you do your hair, by the way. So,
thank you. Maybe in another lifetime. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. But that's a good one. But I just want coming back to the subject of the squares. Is it tomorrow or today? I'm a bit confused. I think it is today. Yes, today we're having yes, it was today. Mercury square Saturn, plus we're still under the effect of that Mars square Pluto. And also we had Sun square Saturn, as you can see. So there's a lot of squares, and then we're gonna step into in 2 days from now the beginning of the squares with Neptune. So you see this little bunch of happy planets here. So we have Venus, Sun, and Mercury always traveling together because they are really close to the Earth. So whenever they travel together, they're gonna do like bing, 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 squaring now Neptune. So we're going to feel it differently because Neptune has a different vibration, but it is the same kind of thing. Like, I feel like squares are necessary aspect of tension, believe it or not, in our lives. Two, Sophie isn't sure about that.
I cannot wait to hear why.
Because if we didn't have tension, we wouldn't have the urge to change things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And find creative solutions and start new thing, have this fire of like this drive. So oftentimes it is when we have issues that we find creative solutions, right?
I have been saying that all day in my consultation, so I cannot believe this is the squares.
Yeah, and often it comes with squares. So this is, I think, the best way to harness the energies of the squares is to take this energy into finding creative solutions to whatever issue arises.
And does that
ahead.
make sense that that's one of the reasons why sometimes numbing is really against your the best version of your future, because you're delaying that resources inside of you that is trying to build up enough so you can go and do something you would normally not do, and that would be meant for you, sorry.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's like, and funny enough, we say that people who has a lot of square in their birth chart and their natal chart usually are the one who achieve the most in their life. Because they have this fire to overcome issues, to find creative solutions, to rise to the top of whatever they want to achieve. Whereas people who has a lot of trine and sextile, who are being seen in modern astrology as being like so positive and so helpful, well, it says that those people usually don't have this push to achieve as much as the people with tough birth charts, oppositions and squares. So especially squares, because it pushes you to go outside your comfort zone and to do stuff. So if that makes sense. Oh, and thank you, let's show Emma. I'm gonna try to show that. Yes, I did. We did release a new collection of mugs, the tarot inspired mugs on the website. I'll show that to you if I can. Yes, I wasn't prepared for that, but thank you so much. I put that today on the website. So it is on maisonjupiter.com, and I put those 3 beauties up on the website, and I put the tarot card on both sides. So either if you're righty or lefty, you're going to see your tarot card. And like if we click here, I put here on the center of the mug 3 descriptive themes of the 3 cards that I chose to start with, and then maybe we'll add some more, because I thought like this is such a cool way to manifest the energy with, let's say, programming the water that you're drinking and programming your intention. So we have the High Priestess, the Emperor for divine masculines out there, and also it is the Father's Day in Canada coming this week. So the Emperor, and the last one is over here, the Empress, with the divine feminine energy and the abundance, receiving abundance energy. So very cool. I ordered them, so very excited also. It is the same format as this one, as the star seed, the big one. Yes, yay, Sophie.
I use it every day. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
I use it every day in the morning. That's why.
Nice, me too. And I love like doing like herbal tea infusions, and I think this is the perfect format for that. Some people don't really love big mugs, but I do. So, and I think you guys do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's now talk about our main subjects for tonight. So we have cool information coming for you, personal information being revealed about our personal past lives. So we're going to talk all about past lives from different angles also. If you have been following us, we're trying to also bring new and different information tonight. So let me first preface this whole show by saying that there's, let's say, a lot of people in the spiritual community that, let's say, are really interested into delving into the past lives, and they say like you can really bring back interesting gifts, interesting information, and stuff that you need to heal in this lifetime. And also there are other people in the spiritual community who claim that it's not necessary to bring back all of this negative stuff from past lives, because we need to leave that in the past and continue moving on. So, Sophie, I want to ask you, because I know it is a subject that is very close to your heart. How can we use past lives to really make a positive difference in this lifetime?
So first of all, that you want it or not, that you're exploring your past life or not, you are under the influence of your past lives. So this is that you want it or not, that you are paying a session or not with a professional. It is there. It is in your kind of a DNA of a soul. It is in your everyday task. It is in your lessons. It is in your limiting belief. It is in what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. So this is a place of healing the past lives. And it is a place of bringing back the best of what you have worked on for so many past lives. So for those who are not comfortable with the past life, thinking it's very dark, well, it's just like this one. It had a lot of meaning for you at a certain point, and bring only the good with you and leaving the rest behind, which currently you could carry still with you, knowingly or not knowingly. This is the intent of knowing about your past lives. So I think that's the best way of using it. It's a place of healing, and even better if you, after the healing of, let's say, phobias, limiting belief, you also bring back those gifts from past life that you have worked on.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, Sophie. And Elena, I know you recently were being shown by your guides, like more experiences from past life that are still connected to the healing you have to do in this lifetime. What can you share about that, and how did it help you in your healing journey now?
Well, first of all, before I left to this record that we did together, I had 2 appointments with the Chinese doctor, and he even said to me, he saw my birthmark, and he's like, "Oh, this is from your first child." I'm like, "Yes, I know," but at the same, because I know, I'm like, and I was saying it like, "Yes, I know," because I know that I'm healed. But at the same time, when I arrived there, when I was doing the activation, I saw something else in regard to this, in regards to this past life. So I feel like there's, even if you think that you're done with this healing of your past life, there's something always better, and to be able to find the answer, or what is it behind that. Like, yes, you can heal, but what is the message behind? So I was able to find this information on the record that we did. And also, there's something that I'm very scared of. And Sophie, you know, because you did my past life, was it like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago? Okay, and one of my past life, I think I did share already this personal information, but I'm just going to reshare fast. At one point, you saw me that I was draining, and that pregnancy from my past life was at the same moment. So right now, for me, when I'm like in the water, I don't have any problems to be in the water, but I really need to touch the ground. But once I'm not able to reach the bottom anymore, this is when I panic. And I took like so many classes, so many courses, to
Swimming
be
classes, right?
swimming classes, exactly. Because I mean, I'm just panicking, and I know that this is another healing that I need to do. And I have a feeling, because of the connection of the Atlantis that we did together, and that we're going to do as a community this Friday. I'm going to find even more information about my past life, and I can't wait to do it with you guys, because isn't it that amazing to be able to support each other during this healing as well? Because when we are alone, yes, we're facing things alone, but to be able to face things together and be able to understand each other, it makes so much powerful.
Yes, wow. And that was like such a profound experience that Sophie uncovered for you. And also, I remember when we were there in Dominican Republic at one of those times. Well, the first time that we did the big, our first big healing journey there with the cacao ceremony, you had like a vision of drowning into water, being pregnant, right? So this is connected probably with what you're explaining of your fear of like not touching the ground when you are in the water. Did you want to ask a question to Sophie regarding that?
Yes, Sophie, can I ask you a question? Okay. So I have, like I said, I have a deep feeling that from this activation that we're going to be doing together, that there's something that will come out. So what can I do to be able to manage that fear that I have from my past life?
Yeah.
About the draining.
Drowning.
The drowning. So yeah,
Drowning.
first thing really interesting is that just before this show, I was looking at some of the research that was on past life, and one was in particular with the water, the fear of water. It said that on the amount of people that the research was on, they had seen, let me just go exactly on the number, 58% who remember drowning in a past life have still this phobia of water, not drowning, water. So very interesting that you have this, and why we have, and I will go back to your question for sure, but why do we have those phobia? It's an PTSD of how we passed. And the memory was so traumatic, the emotion was so big that it caused a scar on your soul, a PTSD on your soul. That's why it's not something you can just shake and say, get over it. It's a big deal. I probably, through the new training that I took, I probably can now release it even better. I didn't attend, I think, at the time when we saw each other a few years ago, but I will check also in the cards for a few things that I can recommend for you. But I think that I would be able to help you with this.
Wow.
So let's see what is the advice for you when that happens. Yeah, so we have breakthrough. Okay, so let me get other cards with this because it's the card number 5. It is a card of change. We have this flow of energy, but let's take the Atlantis card and let's see what is the advice with this breakthrough. With this, I'm assuming that now something has shifted in your energy field that is now available as a resources, for you to be able to get rid of it. But let's see. What is the advice for you? Okay, yeah. What I will do is I will answer your personal question with those cards, and I will take some cards for the rest of you guys who are wondering with the same kind of question. I have a phobia, probably from past life. What can I do? Because for you, Elena, it's very specific. So we have the card of the Magician, we have the card of the Page of Pentacle, and we have the card of the Hierophant. So with this, it indicates that we will go into another past life regression together. With the Hierophant, this is the specialist, and we will be able to get rid of this with this card of breakthrough. It is very powerful, so I know we will be able to get rid of this time. You have to understand that when we deal with past lives, you could have some attachment. I'm not saying this is your case, but just so you know, guys, you could have some attachment that has similar trauma that it's making it harder for you to just resolve this issue. So don't put a lot of pressure on your shoulder to just get rid of this. It is for some people really hard to get rid of certain phobias and fear, because it's not only yours, but it could be generational. It could be from your ancestors. It could be from other attachment that has nothing to do with your personal family, but just the same trauma linked together. So every story is different.
Wow.
Did you want to say something before I take the cards?
Go ahead.
Okay. I will take some cards, like I said, just for the rest of you who are wondering for similar question. I have a phobia because of possibly past life, or a big fear. Doesn't have to be a phobia. What do I do when that happens?
And I'm reading the chat at the same time, and I'm gonna ask you a question about spiders and giant spiders because I feel like it's a recurring fear for many people.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so we have the card of playfulness. I will show it to you and I will explain playfulness and flexibility. We have the card of the Hierophant, Ace of Wands, and we have the Four of Wands. So it says that you need to turn this big resource of energy that is, this is basically your adrenaline really reaching high levels in your body, and really try to remember a place of safety and playfulness in the same time. Rewire your brain to be able to, piece by piece, not the whole thing, but piece by piece, really associate every aspect of this fear with something that you're okay with, and that sparks some, not just joy and playfulness, but some safety and security. So think about a pet, your partner, a child, a parent, something that really calms you down and grounds you.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Sophie. And yeah, so a lot of people are commenting with different type of phobias and fears. And yes, Jake is saying phobias are often past life trauma, and I would agree with that. I think it's mostly coming from past lives because sometimes you cannot really understand rationally in this from this the experience of this lifetime. Why do you fear something so specific? Um, I had someone to tell me recently his fear was to lose an arm or a leg. And I was like, what a random fear. But I was like, for sure it is connected to a past life trauma.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, okay, Ben is asking anyone having past life memories of giant spiders. And it reminded me, and then people are talking about giant spiders, which I thought was very funny because the first time we were invited as a group of dancers to go to Afghanistan when the war was taking place over there. I said yes right away. I was like super excited to go there. And then I told our dad, and he was like, are you aware there's a war over there? And I was like, yeah, but it's gonna be fun and don't worry. And he was like, everybody was super fearful, and
She's going anyways.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm going. So anyways, and then everybody was trying to discourage me from going. They were like, there's bombs and like you could die. And I was like, no, it's gonna be fine. And then the night before going, I don't know, I came across some giant spider pictures from Afghanistan, like camel spiders. I don't even want to put it on the screen because I'm still traumatized by those spiders. And honestly, this is the only thing that made me question to go. And that was the night before. And because it was the day before, I really thought of saying to the whole team, like, I can't go because of the spiders. And then I remember calling our friend Coco, which you guys know. And she's like, you're scared of spiders, Julie? Seriously? And there's bombs going like in the air and you're scared of spiders? I was like, yeah, but have you seen those spiders? And I was sending her pictures, and that's the thing I was the most scared about. So anyways, long story short, a lot of people seem to be traumatized by spiders. And like Laura is saying, giant spiders came up during my QHHT session. That's why I'm not a spider fan. So Sophie, can we try to uncover the mystery of those? Why are so many people traumatized by giant spiders? Where do they come from? What's the main, let's say, the common source of this phobia, in your opinion, and in the card's opinion?
Yeah, and very interesting because yesterday, out of nowhere, which is my sign for my guys are sending me something, I came across a top 10 of the most dark of the last year. I think it was all the shows from the stars, and Rihanna was one, and the next one was the big spider. I don't remember which artist it was, but it was a huge spider, and now it's coming as one of the biggest phobia. So very interesting.
And can I add something before you pull cards? Because I remember we talked about spiders on a show like a long time ago, and then I watched, I can't remember what, like I watched a video about the divine feminine, and they said that it's connected, like the archetype of the grandmother is connected to the spider. So is it like mainstream society that tried to make us fear spiders because they're connected to the divine feminine? Is it something like that, or is it really like a connection to another planet, another type of being?
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Good question. Higher consciousness is the card, and when I split the deck, I have the card of leadership. So I'm not liking this so far because we think about spiders, higher consciousness. Leadership for me doesn't sound really the good side of it. Let me just get the right deck for this. Okay. No, it basically it says it was used as army. It was used as army type. I don't know how soldier. I don't know what you want to call it.
The warrior.
Yeah, warriors. And basically, this is when people refuse to obey. They would have this as basically the bad guys coming up. And let me just check if this is more hidden or it was really out in the open. Yeah, that's absolutely hidden. That's why it's such a big fear. It's because it's not out there for everybody to know, but probably in the dreams of, yeah, I took the moon when I was saying the dream. So probably in the dreams, in your subconscious, people would have such warriors showing up, and you would have warning signs, and then probably would be taking out afterwards after some warnings, if there was warnings. So you could be sure that when they tried something, they succeeded. I would be really curious to know, because I don't have that kind of story with spiders. I would really be interested to know what was your story with spiders, what you remember about spiders, why, in what context you were in contact with them in past life, because it really talks about it was used almost like robots, warriors, sending in your dreams to scare you and almost like taking your soul. Yeah, reclaiming your soul.
So what, and that makes a lot of sense, but what you're picking up, do you think it's on Earth or like happening in other worlds?
It's for sure other worlds, but it's happening to people here too, from very long time ago.
Wow.
So you would have people who had incarnation on Earth that would have had this kind of experience, but it's really hidden. So you would be like, am I crazy? Why am I dreaming of this? Why am I fearing this? And then, yeah.
And you know what? I just had a download while you were talking that makes so much sense. Also, I remember like for a long time when I was kind of falling asleep, I would see like a spider coming at me, like with like a sort of a darkness type of aura, like very fearful. Like I was very like, ah, and then right before like falling asleep. So it makes sense that if they're being used like as a fear inducing robot warrior, I don't know. Wow. Okay. Let us know in the chat. A lot of people seem to be flabbergasted by this information, Sophie. Thank you so much.
And did you heal this part of your past life, Judy?
Not yet, but I'm gonna have to book with my lovely sister right here. And lucky me, she does offer a past life session. So I'm gonna go book on the website right now. So if like me, you're looking to book with Sophie to go through either trauma, phobias, or also it could be like having a more positive approach and wanting to bring back gifts and let's say things that you have mastered from past life. So you'll be looking at this one over here, the past life reading with Sophie. And also don't forget Jupiter as your code to get 10% off. That being said, where did I want to go next? We have so much interesting content to talk about. Like I'm getting really excited.
I'll be booking one with you, Sophie. I'll wait after the activation we have together on Friday, because I have a feeling that something will come out. But I'll be definitely booking with you after that.
Yeah. So yeah, in regards to also past lives and more direct, let's say directly targeted from Atlantis, it is your, we have still 2 days from when we're filming this to join the Atlantis activation. So I think it is going to be also a very powerful way to dive into what your guides want you to take back from this period of time, either gifts, either things that you have to heal and let go, remember to let go. So we're going to go in a guided meditation, and we recorded that on the location of where we feel the vortex is the strongest in Dominican Republic, near water, to make sure that we're also carrying all those high frequencies. And I haven't done it, so we're waiting to do it all together, and it's going to be live this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And also, if you would like to do it but you can join live, don't worry, it's going to be available on replay, and it's going to be as powerful on replay as it is live. But I think there's like something special about like connecting all of us together a Friday night.
Right. And I'm very excited. It's the first time that we're doing this. We're doing the live and listening to the activation together. So
Yeah.
very excited about this.
So you're gonna like experience it in a totally different way this time, because you're not gonna be guiding it. You're gonna be fully in the meditation experience.
Right. I'm gonna be in Shavasana and feeling the energy. I'm for sure I'm gonna be there with you guys. Probably, I don't have a problem if we keep my god.
Avatar.
Yeah, if we keep it open, like, and you guys can see what's going on also, because I feel like maybe we can see things around me whenever we're gonna do this activation together also.
Well, it's going to be a whole new territory for all of us. So I can't wait to experience that with the beautiful community. And speaking about community, yes, thank you, Tim, for reminding us. So if you do enjoy this content and you want to send us a little love, please don't forget to hit the like button on whatever platform you're watching this on. We are simulcasting on the YouTube channel, on the Rumble channel, on the Twitter, on the Facebook. Did I miss something? Yes, I think it's pretty much it. So don't forget to give us some love, a little like. It really helps the algorithms. And also, as Tim says, don't forget to check out the new Maison Jupiter community, fully free. We hit the 500 members recently. So thank you to all the beautiful souls that joined the community. It is truly a beautiful, high frequency place to share insights, news, personal sharings. So really wonderful community, and I'm going to share a lot more on a regular basis as well. All right. Okay. Now I want to talk a little bit about the astrology connected to past lives. And I'm pretty sure that most of you are aware that there's something that we can look at in the birth chart, and everybody's birth chart, to see basically what is the most important themes regarding past lives. So I don't think it relates to one specific past life. I think it's let's say a grouping of a theme of the most recent past lives, in my opinion. But also you can say that's your most recent if that resonates with you. And those two beautiful ladies agreed that we shared their past life, let's say, pattern in their birth chart. So I'm going to share that with you. And yes, Jake, you really know your astrology. So South Node and Pluto. I'm going to be speaking more about the South Node today. I think it relates to like a package of a pattern, a theme that you need to, first of all, embrace, and second, heal and detach from, because you're trying to move to the opposite side, which is the North Node. So first, let me share Sophie's chart, and I removed everything else so we can focus and not be overwhelmed by all the planets and all the stuff. And Sophie's chart right here, as you can see, she has something very special, because she has a Sun conjunct South Node. So usually most people, and then your North Node will be opposite directly to your South Node. So Sophie has her North Node in the 12th house in Pisces. So very powerful mystic in this lifetime. So she's going towards new experiences, which is everybody's North Node. So in most cases, we try to step away a little bit more from what we know, what we've experienced, which is the South Node, to continue to evolve as a soul, right? But in the case of, and Elena has the same thing, which is like a super interesting synchronicity. Both of you have the sun conjunct your South Node, and let me know in the chat or in the comments if you do have that also. So the sun near what seems to be a reversed horseshoe. So this is the South Node. So if you do have that, like, you're also here to illuminate what you've mastered in past lives and bring it back in this lifetime. So it's going to be like a really important part of your identity. You're not going to just leave it in your past. And I don't think nobody should leave like what you've accomplished in your past lives and you've mastered, because it's always going to be a part of your DNA and part of what you're here to offer. But when your sun is conjunct there, like, you're really here to also let's say illuminate the subject of past lives, which you guys are doing really well publicly. But also you're here to bring back this identity of who you were in past lifetimes. And both of you have this very powerful theme of being a healer. So Sophie has her South Node and the sun in the sign of Virgo, which is the sign of the natural witch, the natural healer, using earthly elements to heal, so herbs, all sorts of concoctions that are made from the earth. And even in this lifetime, Sophie, I feel like you took some parts of that to really bring it to, let's say, add it to the whole package that you're developing in this past life, in this lifetime, I mean.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Wow. So I'm sorry?
I'm loving the natural healing.
Yeah. And now, like, and guys, if you have your South Node, your North Node, or Pluto, or something very important in your Virgo Pisces axis, like Sophie, then this is the healing axis, right? So Virgo has to do with something more practical. So healing the body, healing the physical vessel. And Pisces is more of like healing, energy healing, or it is going outside the body. It's mental health, also healing the spiritual aspect of stuff. So it is more like an integrated, well, together, both times are like a holistic approach to healing.
So Sophie is very balanced in a way of like healing on a natural and also like on both sides, right?
Exactly. She's bringing back like everything she knows from healing the body. And also, when you have lots of Virgo, it doesn't come just like, oh, I know how to heal this. It comes with going through illnesses, Virgo, health issues, all sorts of things that you have to fix by yourself because you realize that nobody really can help you. Or you take like alternative ways to fix your issues, right? So if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So now let's talk about Elena, which has like a similar but different theme. And I thought that was super cool to show you both charts. So Elena has, and this is like a fiery, powerful combination, I just want to say, and people who know astrology are going to be like, what? So she has her sun at 13 degree of Scorpio. So that's intense already in the 8th house, very intense. That's the house of Scorpio. And then conjunct the South Node in Scorpio with Pluto. All of that in the 8th house of Scorpio.
So what would you recommend?
If had a name, it will be Elena, I think. What did you say? Sorry, Elena, I missed that.
What would you recommend me?
Really? I think the worst is already past, to be honest, because you had that conjunct the South Node. So now, like, I think the worst traumas happened in past lives for you. Like, you died a lot. And then, well, I think you have something to share on that. But like, I think because Scorpio has a lot to do with death, with dying, with having like traumatic deaths, traumatic. Also, it can be like sexual experiences, like abuse and all that stuff. So, and it's like the more elevated purpose of that is to not fear death, is to not fear dying, not fearing transformation in this lifetime. So when you have like very traumatic deaths, like one after the other, like I feel like at some point the goal is to develop like an immunity to fear, and the biggest fear of all is the fear of death, right? Does that make sense, Elena?
Totally. And we spoke about it already, and I'm like, I'm not having any fears anymore about dying, because I remember when I first saw Sophie from my past life, that was my biggest fear. And because remember, Sophie, you saw that I was like dying, and like you were continuing through my past stuff, and you're like, okay, at one point I'm just gonna stop because or she's like just dying. So but for me to be able to know that, it makes totally sense, and that fear I don't have anymore. And actually about the drowning the water, I'm not like, I do have the fear, but yes and no, because I know that I have the tools to heal. So that's why I feel like it's a good timing. And also I have the strong feeling that this is my last life on earth.
Mm. As a lot of us also, I think, have that feeling that we're off to new horizons after this one. And I always joke about it. I'm like, I want to resolve all my karma with all the karmic relationships, because I don't want to come back here for another one. But it does make a lot of sense. And having the sun there, like it's a super explosive combination, I have to say. Like, let me know, guys, if you know astrology. Like, what do you think of this trio of planets? Well, not planets, but points and planet. But the sun also illuminating those past lives, and also Scorpio. Forgot to say that, but also Scorpio is the sign of the witch. Virgo being the natural witch, as we saw with Sophie, but Scorpio is like the magical side of the witch. So Elena is fully embodying that from past lives, but also in this lifetime, because your sun, your consciousness is in this lifetime, and which is also one part of our life mission. Our sun illuminates your past to be able to bring back what you were to serve even better in this lifetime and be. And this lifetime, the difference, because your North Node is in the opposing sign of Taurus in the second house, is to be living, serving while you live in the material world to help in a concrete way. Not just like in the spirit world, not just with the energy, but here they're asking you to be really functional in the 3D world to help in a concrete manner and to be living a long life, Taurus.
And what about like people in this life? Sometimes I feel like a lot of people are not able to understand me fully. Is that like, is it related to what's going on with the South Node?
Wow, this is a I would
question.
have to have like the full chart, but I think let me ask Sophie, and then I will chime in with the astrology. Is that, Sophie, something you can check with the cards?
Sure, but I think it's a yes. I honestly, I feel like it's a yes. It's part of this, absolutely. If you are, I will do the cards, but for sure for me,
Because
it's
Scorpio is so mysterious, and usually they keep a lot of mystery in their own life, because they're kind of they don't trust. They have like trust issues. They don't trust people because they know that if they trust people, then they're vulnerable and they can die, right?
trust issue is showing up in my card too. So yes, there is trust issue, like you said, and on top of it, if you're a witch, normally you're apart from the matrix, so you're not fitting in. So therefore, people don't tend to understand because they don't think the same way.
Well, that makes sense. Elena?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And even like if I'm like my close friends, like let's say usually, you know me very well, but sometimes my energy could be like so intense that there's I know that I need to temper myself because I don't want to give too much of that energy, let's say, to you, because you're very empath. So I know that my energy can be like very strong. So sometimes I'm like keeping things for myself, and you know that I'm like that. I'm like keeping things, but deeply inside you, you know that there's something else.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, and that makes sense also with what Sophie got. There's the Scorpio part that you're like really embodying that witch energy. So sometimes they can't really grasp it because it's like out of this world, this Scorpio archetype that you fully embody from past life and this life, but also the fact that you're like a black sheep, like all of us. Hey. And I have something cool to share with all of you about soul families. But right before I do so, I wanted to ask Sophie a question. Why are there, like, I think I have an idea, but I'd like to know the answer with the cards. Why are there so many healers incarnated right now for the big transition? Why do we need so many healers? I love it. It's not stopping. Okay, so we have focus and grounded. This is the vibration that those people are bringing is focusing that vibration to ground it so the rest of the world can go in the highest timeline possible. We have this collective that is tuning in to a collective that is more and more in the fear and more in the low vibration. So all of those healers are supposed to focus in their energy to really change that direction for all of us. And grounding gets the card of grounding. So really ground to make that energy stronger than the fear of the others. Wow. Wow, that's a great answer. I will have to listen to that again and really take it in. I feel like you're channeling like really important information, Sophie. Yeah, and Ben the Rocks is saying healers and way showers. So what is interesting about this comment is that quite a long time ago, I was gifted a singing bowl concert for my birthday with two of my close friends. And they thought it was going to be funny because I didn't really believe in that stuff, but they're like, oh, you're into that woo-woo stuff, Julie, so we'll go with you. So I was like, okay, let's go. So we were there, and it was supposed to be like a big event of like a singing bowl concert. And we went there, and we were like basically the only ones there in the big room of the concert. And there was this lady playing the harp and like doing the actual concert, the singing bowl concert, and the musical part of it. And her friend, was a volunteer for the place. And after the concert, they said, "Oh, isn't that funny? 3 masters showed up to this concert, and it's like they asked for a private ritual for them." And the other one said, yeah, 3 masters. And we were looking at each other like, what is going on? So I didn't really understand what was going on at the time, but I kept thinking about the words, and it seemed like they were like, yeah, like matter of factly, this is what's going on. And after shortly after that, I went to our dad's place, and he had this big collection of books from all the subject, and I found this one, which is called Les Familles d'âme, so Soul Families. I don't think it's available in English. It's from Marie-Lise Labonté, but I'm going to talk to you about this one. So I came across this book very synchronistically, and the author talks about how during sessions she channeled from spirit that there are different soul families, and like coming from a specific purpose. And let's say you're part, let's say, of the healer family, then from incarnation to incarnation, you're going to have a healing role, but like in a totally different type of life situation, maybe gender or whatever. But you're still going to remain like that, your life mission. And sometimes it's really you're doing it in a very different way, and or very creative way, but still you're still like, this identity is your core soul identity. So I want to share it with you, that because like it was a huge aha moment for me when I discovered that, and I tried to translate it as best as I could. Today it is a very loose translation, so if you see mistakes, I did my best. So from the book, so this is the categories of soul families that she explains in the book, and maybe you'll read that and you're gonna have like a download or something that you really recognize. So the first one that she listed are the masters, and not to be what's the word? Confused with ascended master. They say the ascended masters are part of the masters, but they're a tiny group within the masters. But the masters basically are the way showers, and their goal are to initiate movement. So when I came across that, I was like, yeah, it looks like me.
So this is you, yes.
Yeah. So always on the move, and since like I was a child, I've always like led groups doing whatever what, and sometimes dance and sometimes other stuff. So yeah. And then second one, the healers, which I think, well, maybe I'm wrong, but I think you guys might be part of that group. But there's also other groups that have sort of healing abilities, so we'll go in them. And no, it's not a hierarchy. It's just that, like she explains that they're kind of like nucleus, like let's say gatherings of souls, and there are some that are closer to the core and some closer to the periphery, and they're like just a group of souls basically. So there's no hierarchy. It's just different, let's say, goals and missions. So the healers, she says, holders of the healing fluid and providers of healing of all kinds. And sometimes healing is not that, like, let's say, literate in the sense that it's not necessarily a Reiki healer. It can be just someone who heals with their presence, right?
Correct. And like talking about healing, like a lot of people ask me all the time, oh, do you do Reiki or things like that? I'm like, no. But like you said, you don't need to be a Reiki healer to be a healer.
Yeah. And like, I think we're going to even discover new modalities of healing. Like you do singing bowls and meditations and guided meditation. And also like your candles are also a healing creation. So everything that you do, you're going to infuse your healing energy into. So that might be the case for a lot of people viewing. So sometimes don't think of like healer as being like, oh, it's either a doctor or a Reiki healer. Like there's really wider categories. The third one is the warrior healers. So interesting, because she said that some families kind of merge together and created new ones. So they are responsible of the healing fluid to align it, protect it, and defend it. Well, interesting. And let me know if I come across something that rings a bell with, let's say, you resonate with in the chat or in the comments, or you two ladies, I want to know too.
Well, I have a feeling for the, sorry.
Go ahead.
The warrior healer, I would say our friend Claudia, who is removing tons of dark stuff and still doing the Reiki. I think that would be fitting in that category.
Yeah, that's so true. I haven't thought about it, but yeah, that fits 100%. Yeah. Elena?
I was going to say in regards to the warrior, always having a hard time to say the word, but it would be like, let's say, a partner as well. You know, partner or the healer.
Yeah, I'd like to make a show on that. Like, if you guys watch the show, that's not like that amazing, but I like the concept of it. The Wheel of Time. I think it's on Prime, Amazon Prime. And basically there's like sort of high priestesses, and they have their warrior always by their side, which is kind of a lover sort of relationship too. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A healer needs his protector. Also, oh, I love that. So the next one is the shamans. So, and we know that they help the earth, Mother Earth, and all elements to heal and align their vibration together. So they're very much connected to nature and all the elements and the animals and all that stuff. And then there's the healer teachers. So they teach healing and of all kinds of healing modalities. Interesting. The other one, the warriors. So they're here to defend, to work, to act, to protect the light against the shadows, and to protect also all the souls, different soul groups. There is this one which I found very interesting, and I think soul might be a part of it. The fairies, alchemists.
Mm-hmm.
So they're here to spiritualize matter. So, and I'm gonna be very curious to know what she thinks of it.
Totally.
We'll ask her. All right. Oh, okay. I didn't read the books that Tim. So Wheel of Time books are awesome and really resonated with me. Maybe I'll read the books because I really like the concept of this series. I was like, so maybe the books are better. So the next category is the communicator, but it's not the way you would imagine it to be. Like you could say like, oh, they're probably part of the communicators, but no, they are messengers who spread love in all its forms.
Mm-hmm.
So basically artists, let's say
Hippies.
musicians. Yeah, but in the book it really talks about like, let's say musicians, painters, artists. So any kind of form of art where you spread the love, and yeah, hippies, I guess. And teachers, an easy one. So they possess and transmit the wisdom fluid, and they really talk about this fluid. So I translated it as is. And then this one I had a hard time translating, so let me know if that makes sense. But in French it says passeur d'âme. So let me know if you have a better translation, guys. I looked on it on Google, and I came across this word, which I'm not sure at all that it translates well. But they said the ferryman. So kind of people that are here basically to help the souls transition from one state to another. So let me know, guys, if you have a better word for that. So they help either the souls when they're departing the earth plane, but also coming in. So birth, the doulas, the midwives, and also on the other side. Also, there's the consciousness awakeners, and they're here to initiate movements of consciousness by their passage and departure. Not passage as in like leaving, but by their presence on Earth and departure from Earth. And in the book, it says that it's often souls that die very young, because it is here to bring like a very traumatic awakening experience to their loved ones. So interesting. The next one is the pillars. So to ground celestial planes in the earth and help connect sacred sites together. And the last group, they found the title as being mechanics, which is going to sound weird, but they're here to repair mostly the earth grid and do like work on the ground, or working, like they said, like earth tissues to really heal. Do you guys still resonate with the healer, or do you resonate with another one?
I resonate with the healer, absolutely.
Sophie?
The healer teacher, and the last workshop last week was to cross souls that are stuck in between. So I'm feeling I would be somewhere in the middle of those two, but I would like to be the healer teacher, to be honest. I would like to learn about tons of different ways and just teach it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, I think it is coming on the Maison Jupiter Academy, so I can't wait to have more of our teacher healer right here. And yeah, Ben is saying a good translation, shall I say. And also Emma suggests bridgers. I love that term too. I didn't think of it. So it's like, yeah, they're bridging different states of being for the souls. Ben is saying, I somehow resonate with the warrior categories. Yeah, I love that. So I guess a lot of men here either are a healer, warrior. So I'm curious to see what you resonate with, our divine masculines as well. So I thought it would be interesting because it resonates also with past lives, because as it says that it is possible that we can change group after many, many, many incarnations, but it is very rare to be changing groups. Like most souls stay in the same group a fairly long time to have many incarnations and help in different kind of ways with different avatars, so to say. All right. Well, before we end the show, I would like to ask you a question to each of you. Okay, because the activation that we're going to do on Friday, Elena, the main message that you received from your guides was to connect more with our guides, right? Correct. So I'd like to ask Sophie, what is the importance of connecting with our guides from our soul families right now? And by soul families, I mean those families that Marie-Lise La Bonté channel that I just presented to you. So why is it important that we connect with our guides from our soul families right now?
Okay. Okay. Focus and activation. So you're getting activated in what your energy is supposed to be about and creating this, just raising that vibration even higher and focusing this really stronger in your body. I'm using the word focus in this case. I'm really feeling like a ray of sunshine directed at you currently, and when you're doing the activation, and it's just focusing in the sense of growing inside of you and just building this raising vibration inside of you. This activation can be on activating you on your journey, on your mission, on your purpose, or just to initiate your, oh, I think I have an interest there, so maybe I will start looking into it, or whatever is the next step for you in your mission and your purpose.
So unlocking a new level. I love that. Wow, I love that. And Jake, thank you. He says, yes, Sophie, you are excellent at breaking down complex knowledge and concepts. Mm-hmm. I do agree with that, Jake. Thank you so much. And yes, Jim Montgomery, thank you. So liked and shared. Well, thank you. We do appreciate your support, guys. And so if you haven't liked this video, please do so before you leave. It really helps the algorithms, and we do really appreciate your support. And before we go, Elena, what can you share about, let's say, your spiritual journey that you're going through right now, mm-hmm. and the guidance that you're getting for Friday for the activation?
Right. So to be honest with you guys, since I started this journey, I feel like it's going very fast. Sometimes it could be, it takes a lot of energy, but for me to rest, I do it because I know that I need to hold all the energies. And whenever we're doing activation, meditation, we're healing together. And like you were saying, talking about the book that you read, Julie, from your father, it makes totally sense, because I remember when I was doing that activation, at one point, we were walking together, connecting with water. So I would suggest to everybody that will be doing the activation on Friday or on replay, go and look at like all the themes that Julie put in there. And even if it's like you're not connecting to one of them, just to remember all of these people, and you probably will see everybody there connecting during that activation as well. So I feel that it will have like a big impact. And remember that at that moment, we're feeling the energy of the Atlantis as well. So I didn't listen to the activation yet when I was doing it. So probably the words that I'm going to say, it's from our past life, from my guides, and for me to be able to connect with my guides, and for you guys as well, and to detach what doesn't belong to you. That is something else that we're gonna do. But yeah, what was the question?
Now you answered it perfectly.
Okay. Perfect.
I love it. And at the same time, I was reading the comments. Thank you. No, that was perfect, Elena. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Kitty Mama, thank you so much for your generous donation. You three are so beautiful and appreciated for all the knowledge and growth you are bringing to humanity. Much love. Wow.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. That is so beautiful. Right back at you, sending you much love and really appreciate your support. And thank you so much, Jim Montgomery. Thank you, lovelies. He said, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. And
so
it's yes, and I mean, yes, like we're happy here, we're laughing, but what we're doing and what you guys are doing, the community, it's not easy because we're fighting against like a lot of people, and to be able to hold this adventure right now, it is not easy, but being together and just the support that we see right now, even if it's like on the financial, we spoke about that in regard to when we did the activation for abundance and everything. This is what we are doing for living. So thank you so much, everybody, for your support.
Yeah, we do appreciate so much. And also the comments are like so appreciated. Thank you, Britt Merritt. Wow, what a wonderful show. Thank you so much. I just want to share a few comments because I was like, wow, beaming with love and gratefulness. Mary saying, see you all on Friday. Can't wait for the activation. Thank you, Mary. So yes, one last time, and just to make sure that we have the most possible people joining us from the beautiful community. It is going to be this Friday, so you still have 2 last days to register if you haven't already. June 14 at 7 p.m. Eastern. It will be available on replay right after. So also thank you to Tim. Thank you, ladies. This was so good. And Jim says, wow, what a wonderful gift. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to put there, but thank you nonetheless. And Ben says, powerful show, probablement le plus puissant pour moi à date. So probably the most powerful show to date. So wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Ben. Appreciate it. We always try to bring some new information. Oh, he says in English here. Very powerful show, helps us along our starseed journey. So we always try to bring some quality content in short or long format.
Can I just add before we go my book recommendation?
Yeah,
so
of course.
If you guys wanted to read more about a topic of past life, here are some of my suggestions. Most of you have commented that you already know those books, but Brian L. Weiss, the psychiatrist, this is one of his bestseller. I would recommend the following one. It's Healing Through Time, sorry. And this one is the most famous, of course, Many Life, Many Masters. It is one of the Bible of past lives. But any book by Brian L. Weiss, it's a lot of very passionate research, and he is fascinating by this topic. So really recommend. The next one is in French. I don't know what is the title in English. If you know it, please write it down. It is by the Dr. Jim B. Tucker. He is the one that is leading right now the research on the official mainstream line from Virginia University on past lives. He is taking the place of the one I was there previously. Ian Stevenson started all the research on past life. And those books are about history on children remembered their past life. Fascinating books and really fun stories, little short stories on what they were. Oh, sorry, who they were. I have no clue what that was, but anyway.
Lorianne says, I don't know if it's the title of the book, but she says Extraordinary History.
That's very much possible. Thank you, Lorianne. The last one before I don't have any other ones. So this is the best one so far for me. It is by Lauren Flaherty. She's not a psychiatrist. She's not a doctor. So this is very different from the others. She is a past life regressionist for, I think, 30 years now. And this is my personal best book on a topic. She is talking about many of her personal experience through in consultation. So not her own ones, but the one that she saw with her patients. And she's talking about the importance of her techniques, why she's choosing to mix Dr. Brian Weiss techniques with with Dolores Cannon's technique and how she's merging the two together.
Wow. So if people are interested in that topic, I think you went through the library and picked the most important books. Thank you, Sophie, for sharing your book club list. I love that. And if you also would like to book with Sophie either the tarot reading session, you can, of course, ask all of your questions there, but also she has a past lives reading where you can dive into a more specific experience or fear or, let's say, identity, psychic gifts that you want to bring back. So it is available on the website on maisonjupiter.com. And don't forget Jupiter as your code to get 10% off your next reading. And of course, you can also book with the beautiful fairy, the one and only Sol. Thank you so much, everybody. That was a really fun show. I love being live with all of you. It's so fun reading your comments. Thank you for the high frequencies, everybody. And yeah, we'll see you on Friday. And so Friday we'll have a big program. So we'll have the Atlantis activation and also the Galactic show at 8 p.m. Eastern with the beautiful Sol. So see you on Friday and love you lots. See you soon. Bye-bye.